Today in Cannabis News, organizers in Oklahoma submit ballot measures for statewide recreational cannabis legalization and medical cannabis policy updates. The governor of California enacts legislation authorizing the production of smokable hemp and the sale of CBD-infused food and beverages. And the former U.S. Attorney General under the Obama administration asserts that the nation is on a glide path towards federal cannabis policy reform. It's Monday, October 11th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, California Governor Gavin Newsom recently enacted a law in the state that will significantly broaden its hemp sector by allowing retail commerce of a large variety of hemp-derived goods. According to investors, the state's hemp industry has been hampered by the absence of precise laws. AB 45, signed by Governor Newsom, allows non-psychoactive cannabinoids, such as cannabidiol, to be offered as dietary supplements and as additives in food and drinks. The legislation establishes the framework for the selling of smokable hemp in the state, although legislators have to first approve a tax plan for the goods before they can be sold. Industry leaders said they'll collaborate with lawmakers to pass a tax bill in next year's legislative session. In the interim, hemp growers and manufacturers can start cultivating and producing smokable hemp goods to sell in other states right away.
Next up, Oklahoma state campaigners submitted 2 ballot measures for the 2022 election, one to legalize recreational cannabis and the other to revamp the state's current medical cannabis framework. Adults 21 years or older would be allowed to carry a maximum of 8 ounces of cannabis bought from a dispensary, along with any cannabis produced from cultivating a maximum of 12 plants for individual consumption, within the adult use cannabis measure. The other filed measure would create the Oklahoma State Cannabis Commission, which would be in charge of overseeing all aspects of the medical cannabis program. It will keep a 7% excise tax on medicinal cannabis purchases in place for the time being, with proceeds going to cannabis studies, rural and municipal waste cleanup, agricultural development, mental health programs, substance abuse programs, and other causes. The recreational measure also proposes a steady reduction in the medical cannabis taxes, with the goal of reaching 0% in the year after implementation.
Last up, during a drug law panel held by Ohio State University's Moritz College of Law, Eric Holder, who worked as the United States' leading law enforcement official during President Barack Obama's administration, said they believe the nation is further progressing to more permissive drug policies that address addiction as a public health concern. And they also asserted that national cannabis policy overhaul is becoming more and more foreseeable. Now, with regard to decriminalization, we are clearly on the path to decriminalizing marijuana, he said. You know it's going to happen. We are on a glide path now. Holder claimed that drug punishments should be substantially lower, that courts should have more authority in dealing with drug charges, and that mandatory minimum sentences for these offenses should be largely done away with. Advocates have noted, though, that while stating that cannabis should be reclassified at the federal level, they did not begin the procedure to accomplish that reform agenda while in office.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Baum.
And I'm Devin Liao. Have a great day.